everybody! Today we are going to be moving the snakes we plan on breeding next spring into brumation for the winter.
It's that time of year again.
We have a lot of snakes that are going to go into brumation this year. Anything that has the letter B on it is one that we are preparing for brumation in the fact that for the last 3 weeks they haven't been fed, which they're not very happy about, of course.
Yeah, look at this one.
Yeah, Enzo probably really wants food. They all do want food because they're our breeders. They really like their food, especially the bull snakes. But now that they've fasted for 3 weeks, that ensured that anything that was in their digestive tracts has now left their bodies, so no food can like rot over the winter. So now is the time. This is the last week of November, which is when we unplug all their heat, which we did 3 days ago. And today we have to take all of the snakes home with us and start decreasing their temperatures. So we have a couple bull snakes there that are going into brumation. All of these hog noses are going into brumation. We actually unplugged the entire rack, so they're at room temperature. All of these bull snakes are gonna go into brumation. The fox snakes over here are gonna go into brumation, including this girl right here. I'll put you back in there with your friends for now. And then we have a couple other snakes on this side. We have Buck. Oh yeah, Elvira. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to scare you. So we have Buck, our scaleless rat snake, who's gonna go under. Our bull snakes down here that are siblings to Stripey are gonna go into brumation because they're now gonna be big enough finally to breed next year. We have a lot of snakes to put into pillowcases and bring home, so I think we're gonna get started. Here's a little trick if you're using pillowcases to bag snakes. Flip them inside out so that the seam doesn't get caught on their scales. When you flip it inside out, the seam faces the outside and the inside is nice and soft and there's nothing for scales to get caught on. So we're gonna put Monroe, our ghost morph bull snake, our big female, into this pillowcase, like so. And you may have noticed we have a couple of our bull snakes together in the bins. That's because when we got the Eastern Indigos, we kind of ran out of rack space for them all. So we figured these snakes are gonna be together in like a matter of a few days by the time, or when we got them. So we just put them together a few days early to start getting used to each other during brumation. Perfect, there we go. And now she won't get caught on that seam on the way out.
Mr. Wilson, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't been on the channel in a while.
How you doing, old man? You ready to go down and then have ladies in the spring again?
He will appreciate it. The ladies, not going down for the winter.
Goodbye, Mr. Wilson.
No!
Go in the bag,
Don't make me
Mr.
brumate!
Wilson.
No! Mr. Wilson, staying here. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
She's like, you can't control me.
Yeah, Mr. Wilson. We've had him for a long time.
Oh, we have. He's not a spry chicken anymore.
No, he's not. And the last hognose going in is Omnomlet, who is getting a bag by herself because we can't trust her not to eat things that she shouldn't.
Yeah, she likes to put her mouth on things she probably shouldn't.
Like her children.
And probably her friends.
We are brumating 23 hognoses this year. It would have been 24, but one of them was a little bit on the thinner side. Paris, our wild type. That's because she's getting up there in age, so we don't want to risk brumation for her, so she's going to stay awake. 23, that's almost 24 hognoses.
Yeah, hopefully the girls actually take for us this year.
Let's hope.
But there's a handful of things we think we did wrong last year due to not having time that we're going to fix next year.
Yeah, I think it was the reason why they didn't breed this year. I think it's partially due to the move. This was a new environment for them, a new schedule, new people that were working with them on a regular basis, new lights, everything. I think part of it was on us in that we didn't feed the females twice a week right when we took them out of brumation because we were so busy. We really just did once a week for the most part, so I think that was part of it too. Yeah, hopefully next year with both of those things changed, them being used to the new environment and us really pushing to feed them twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, smaller meals maybe, keep them going. Yeah, I think that would work. But then we'll hopefully have some better results. So,
fingers crossed anyway.
Yeah.
Is that everybody?
That's everyone back here, actually.
Oh, nice. We have to go grab somebody from the zoo.
Yep, we have one more snake in the zoo to grab and put into brumation. All right, she's not going to be happy.
No, she's not going to be a happy girl at all. I wonder where Ava is.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, she's out working. Good job, Ava.
Busy cleaning the floor.
Yep.
Bradley! Brad! It's that time of year. It's brumation time. I'm sorry we have to take you from the zoo. fight. No, we're not fighting. Not fighting. Not eating Emily today.
I mean, it would be funny if that happened.
No, please don't. Okay, there we go.
Oh, she's so chunky.
Oh my gosh, Bradley. You didn't breed this year. This is why you're extra fat right now. Alright, well, she is 1 week behind the rest because we accidentally gave her one meal in the zoo before starting her brumation, the whole cycle. So we're gonna give her a little bit of time in a rack back here that we have prepared for her. There, I know, I'm sorry. You love your zoo enclosure, but she's gonna spend 1 week in here, and then we're gonna bring her home and put her down into brumation, and in her place in the zoo, we are going to put Peanut.
Peanut gets to go out in the zoo as an old man.
Yeah, because you're retired from breeding right now.
You are so skinny. He also didn't shed properly.
Alright, we have Peanut. We got him out of his bin,
Finally
and
got him.
he looks so old, guys.
He's so skinny. Look at that.
Well, he's in his 20s.
That's true.
So he's a very old man. He's going to enjoy some time in the zoo, I think. However, we're gonna need a sign for him that says,
I'm an old man. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Get
buddy.
off my lawn.
you get to enjoy Brad's enclosure while she's brumating.
Yeah, you guys are paired up a handful of times, so we
Yeah.
don't have to worry about anything there.
Smells like your old girlfriend, huh? Yeah, I think I'll put a sign on here that explains why he looks the way he does. But he's gonna love it in here over the winter.
Hopefully he climbs. Brad never used any of the vertical space. She just sat under that log over there.
It's a beautiful enclosure. We have nice basking platforms, and she refused
Yep.
to use them. But maybe Peanut will, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
maybe.
All right, well, is that everybody
I think that's everyone.
here? Yeah, I think so. So now we're just gonna pack them up, bring them home, and set them up for brumation. Well, we're home.
Yeah, we haven't been here in a while.
We have not filmed here in a little while. We have a car full of snakes here too now, which is
Yeah.
weird. We haven't had this many snakes in the house in a long time. We picked up bedding, we have bins, and we're just gonna set them up on our living room floor. Cause why not? Alright, Carnival Mike, here you go. As you can see, these are pretty basic setups with just a hide and a water dish, and that's it. They're also smaller than I would recommend for a bull snake for a permanent enclosure, and that's because these are just temporary enclosures during brumation, which is when they are not moving around a whole lot anyway because their body temperatures are so cold. So these enclosures are big enough for either one large bull snake or two medium-sized bull snakes, like these two boys right here. And the cave we make sure is big enough to either fit one large bull snake or two medium-sized ones, dude. So yeah, pretty basic setups. But then once spring comes around and they start moving around a lot more because they're warming up, that's when we upgrade them into their big enclosures where they get the whole thing to themselves. Good night, Dottie. Good night, Diarrhea Jane. We'll see you in the spring. All right, we have all of the bull snakes and fox snakes and rat snakes set up. Now it's just onto the hog noses. Woohoo! So what we're gonna do with the hogs is we are going to do just like last year and the year before and the year before. We're gonna put several females together and several males together. We have so many that are breeding age now that we can't do all of our females in one and all of our males in the other. I think we're gonna have to do 2 bins for each gender. So we'll see how this goes.
So what are you doing?
2 of the bull snakes pooped in their bags on the way here, and I have to find which ones they are so I can flip them and set out for washing them.
I thought they were all cleaned out.
They were, until we drove with snakes in the bags.
And we forgot they're bull snakes and they can make poop out of nothing.
Yeah, I don't know how they still had something in them, but they squeezed one out.
Little turds.
Literally. So yeah, we have all of the snakes now set up for brumation. We had to split up a couple of the bull snakes because they were not getting along. But
They wanted to breed with each other.
they wanted to breed with each other. But now they're all settled, they all get along, they're in the pairs that I know will get along throughout brumation, and we're just gonna let them sit here for about 3 days or so, and then we're gonna move them downstairs into the final area where they will spend 3 months.
In the chilly room.
In the chilly room.
Alright, do you want to explain why we're doing this at like midnight on a Wednesday?
Well, It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday, isn't it?
We haven't gotten much sleep lately, because tomorrow we're actually leaving on vacation. Tomorrow as in we have to be at the airport in 3 hours. I don't think we're getting any sleep tonight.
Nah.
But that's okay, because tonight's the night that we are going to move the snakes into full brumation, because they've been sitting at this level of our house for a few days now. So we're gonna move them downstairs into the basement where they will sleep for 3 months. So...
What's the deal with these two?
I forgot we had garter snakes that were gonna brumate this year, so I didn't include them in the video yet. I wasn't planning on brumating them, but they stopped eating 3 weeks ago, so they kind of decided to brumate.
Yeah,
So
they want to brumate themselves.
I guess. So they're not like super big, but they want to brumate, so we're gonna throw them downstairs with the rest of them. So yeah, we have some garters that we're gonna brumate as well. Down here is where we always brumate our snakes. This is this year's rendition of the brumation rack. It's actually 3 pieces of racks combined from the facility, now that we've kind of upgraded those to more name brand racks, since they work a little bit better for day-to-day use, but these work fantastic for brumation racks. So we have, I think, 18 slots. There's really no rhyme or reason except for the fox snakes. They need it to be really cold, and last year we put them right on the cement floor here, and she ovulated and laid a clutch of good eggs. So we're just gonna do the same thing this year, because obviously it worked last time. Well, there we go. Everybody's all tucked in for the winter. We're trying to prioritize the ones we really want to breed, go nearest to the bottom, or like females that we really want to ovulate. Female hognoses, and then I have male hognoses above that. And then we're trying to put the bull snakes that we really want to breed down on this side. And the reason why we're doing this is because since heat rises, the uppermost shelves are actually going to be a few degrees warmer than the lower ones. So we're kind of playing with that. Ideally, you want snakes to, like North American colubrids, to get to around 55 degrees for those 3 months. Down here, it's about 55 degrees right on the floor, but then up here, it's closer to like 58 to 60, maybe 61. Not as cold as we would like it to be, but since we're going out of town anyway, we're gonna turn down the temp in the house, then they will get nice and chilly, at least for 10 days. Figure why not? And we'll save a little energy too. All right, we'll see you when we're back from vacation. Alright, we are back from vacation, so let's check in on these brumating snakes. Oh, Mr. Wilson! Yeah, he feels a little cold to the touch. Okay, I'd like it to be a little chillier in this room, so I think I'm gonna change the ventilation a little bit. While we were gone, the furnace went out in our house, so it got down to like 50 in this room, which is perfect, actually. It's great for all these snakes, but now that the furnace is working again, which I guess is good, it's closer to 58, 59 in here. So we have a little bit of a computer fan right there that actually I just have to reconnect. And that leads outside, so by turning the fan on, it blows in cool air from outside, and that typically cools this room down quite a bit more, so I think I'm gonna turn that on. Hi, Jane! I'm sorry, you're supposed to be asleep. Okay, I'll get it a little cooler down here. That'll probably help you out. But yeah, I mean, this could work for brumation, but so their metabolism slow down a little bit more. I'd like to cool it down just a little bit more, so I'm gonna work on that. But other than that, we are good to go for brumation. Good night, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching today's video of us moving our snakes down into brumation. Hopefully, this sets them all up for a good breeding season next spring. Hello! Hi, rat snakes. How are you doing? You're supposed to be asleep, too. Good night! And thank you to our Patreon backers for your everlasting support. You are so generous, and thank you to everybody watching our videos too. Who's in here? Oh, albinos. You're nice and chilly. Okay, yeah, the further down we go, the chillier they are, which makes sense. So I'm glad we put them down here. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Good night, snakes. See you in the spring.